So, fans, the clip you see before you was originally supposed to be the review, but as you would notice, there's no sound to it. So, as a result, I had to do another review with someone else, and you guys will get the casual viewer another time. But this is your boy, Deluxe, man. I am so sorry for the inconvenience, but technical difficulties happened. I can't do anything about it now, so this is the review I'm doing for you, and I have a co-host. Say what's up, bro.
What's up, people? Preston back here on Deluxe Man, and yes, the right-hand man, whatever the hell you want to call me from Wrestling Paradise, and I know people are going to be like, oh, fuck, he's stuck with him, but, oh, well, you're stuck with me.
No, Preston, thanks for doing this for me, bro, because I was mad that my commentary with Joel had to get cut off, but guys, if luck does serve us right, I hope I can get him to come for Raw tomorrow night. So you will get to see me as a casual viewer again. Do not worry. Do not worry.
That's like one of the best ideas you came up with, in my opinion. Just because I like it, because he's not a pro wrestling. I mean, he is kind of, but he's not like a fucking like
not Die Hard. No,
right, he's not like me or you. He's just I like wrestling kind of guy. Like I like those people. Their input into the product. I think is awesome, so,
Yeah, definitely. And I'm going to talk about what he talked about in this video, too, because his stuff, Preston, I'm telling you, if you listen to what he said, everything we've been saying, he says that and more. And more. So, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. This is the first thing we talked about, the commentary. Horrible!
And you people, I'm just saying, I fucking mute it. Like, half the time. Because I just can't, like, here's the thing. I can't listen to it. It sucks the life out of whatever the fuck it is. Like, a match, a promo, whatever the fuck. I have to put music on or something. Or else it'll just drive me insane. Because listening to 3 hours of Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler is like fucking torture. Like, JBL tries his goddamn best to save it.
It's garbage. And this is what Joel said. He said wrestling commentary should be like sports commentary. If you're not watching the show, you can do something and you can hear them talk about every single little detail in the match. If they do a suplex, they do a suplex. If they go on top of the rope, oh, he's coming in the top rope. If something happens, oh my god, he does that. He's not saying they shouldn't be unbiased. You can be biased, but do your job and commentate on the freaking match. And he even told me that while he was writing notes and stuff like that, he didn't know what was going on. He took his eyes off the screen for 5 seconds. He's like, what happened? Should they be talking about it? And like, no, they're just goofing off and just not taking it seriously. He's like,
yeah.
And I'm glad he said this. He's like, so WWE wants your fans to take wrestling seriously, their product seriously, when the commentators don't. He gets it!
Right.
It's not just us.
It's kind of sad because, Jerry Lawler and Michael Cole have had some of my favorite commentary, bits of, especially Michael Cole. And it's like, what happened to you guys? Like, you fucking suck ass now. It's just, yeah.
Garbage, man. And I agree with them because even in the main event, while Ryback and Cena were tearing up the freaking ambulance, they wasn't saying anything. It's like, look what he's got. He's gonna hit him with it. Man, that was awesome. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Seriously, let's just say someone who's blind is watching this show.
Commentary for 5-year-olds or what? Like, what the fuck?
And then when John Cena did his big spot at the freaking end of the Lumberjack match, what did JBL say? Oh, he's a new Man of Steel. I was like, oh god.
Oh my god.
It was horrible. Just terrible. And I'm sorry, all you people telling me, like, look, obviously if he's hired by WWE, he's doing something right. I'm like, that says nothing, alright? Let me tell you why Michael Cole is hired, okay? Michael Cole is the top commentator or the lead commentator on Raw because Kevin Dunn feels like he's good for TV. He has the voice.
And again, I will sit here and praise Michael Cole to the moon in terms of, his, folks, I'm not trying to plug my own shit here, but go to 619 Rewind and I've got all kinds of old Ray shit on there. Go watch some of his fucking crap from 04, 05, 06. It's fucking night and day compared to the shit he does now. Like, him and Taz is some of the best commentary I've ever heard. And it's just like, why is this fucking so bad compared to, like, 6 years ago. Like, I don't fucking know, but it's atrocious. Just, ugh.
It was part of the reason why me and him gave it the score we gave it. But let's go ahead and get to the first match, the pre-show. Damien Sandow lost to Sheamus. It was a good match. I thought it was solid. With the score rating me and Joel have, we don't do the 7.5 or out of 10, stuff like that. Our star ratings is different. Like, a 1 star is horrible. 2 stars is it exists. It was there. 3 stars is...
It exists.
Yeah. 3 stars means it was entertaining, but it was nothing noteworthy. 4 stars, it was good. It was great. It's recommended to watch it. 5 star, greatest thing ever. One of the greatest things ever in wrestling.
Honestly, you know what? I think that's the star ratings me and you should use now because, honestly, I love it.
It's perfect,
yeah,
right?
It's perfect.
Okay, so this match was a 3 star. It was alright, it was entertaining, but nothing noteworthy. Sheamus just beat Damien Sandow. Fair enough?
I didn't see it, so...
Damien Sandow got cheered, by the way. The crowd loves him.
Because it's in Chicago. All the people that WWE says you're not supposed to like is going to get cheered, basically. Pretty much.
Pretty much, but... Yeah, guys, that was the pre-show, but getting to the rest of the show, we got the triple threat match, the Intercontinental Championship match, with Curtis Axel, The Miz, and Wade Barrett. And Curtis Axel won. I'm perfectly fine with that. As a matter of fact, my friend Joel actually felt like it served his purpose because he felt Curtis Axel, like me and you, was the best person to win the match because of the heritage he has with the IC champion.
Mm-hmm.
His father, Kurt Hennig, was the best in people's minds, the best IC champion around, next to Pat Patterson because he was the first. But, he made that belt the workhorse belt. And for Curtis Axel to have that story of, okay, can you live up to your father's legacy? Because he plans to surpass it. So he plans to make that the workhorse belt and actually something else. Like, it's not going to be a belt of prestige, but a belt of perfection with him. I'm good with that. That actually gives him a reason to be champion, gives him a focus, and makes the IC championship feel important again. Thank you. Thank
God.
you.
Thank God.
And the match was good.
Yes,
you watched it too. How'd you feel about it?
For a triple threat, I really liked it because I didn't think it was really going to be that great because I don't think Miz is, he's not the best wrestler in the world. And Wade Barrett's Wade Barrett. And Curtis Axel, he's not really proven yet, so it's kind of like, one of those wait-and-see things, how good is he and stuff. It had a lot of nice, back-and-forth kind of stuff, and, the ending was really good. I mean, for an opener, it was a hell of a lot better than I expected. Curtis Axel wins with the quote-unquote cheap win, where he, pins Wade Barrett as Miz hasn't been the figure 4.
It wasn't really a cheap win. It was actually a very smart way to pick up a victory.
Yeah, it was a smart win, but they see it as a cheap win or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I liked it. He had a perfect plex, and he almost won. I was like, oh, cool little, false finish or whatever the hell. So, I really liked it. He wins the belt. I hope to God he brings prestige back to the Intercontinental title because it sorely needs it. Hasn't really had prestige since guys like, Cody, Ray, Ziggler have held it. So, it needs that again. So, yeah.
I mean, this could be what Curtis Axel needs to reprove himself, and maybe this reign will make you a fan of his, Preston. Maybe.
Maybe.
It's not a promise, but maybe.
No, nothing's a promise, so yeah.
Okay. Next match is the Divas title match between AJ Lee and Kaitlyn. And again, to quote my friend Joel, he thought the storytelling with Kaitlyn at the end of the match was done very well. Okay? He felt like, her being a champion, her losing, and her feeling sorry for herself because she lost the match to AJ because she wanted to get revenge on her. She was killing AJ's ass, She
right.
did it with the Black Widow. She did everything she could to Kaitlyn and stuff like that. And Kaitlyn hit her with a spear, and then when she had AJ pinned, she, picked her up, stared at her, blew her a kiss, and then went to pin her, and then AJ kicked out. And then she went the spear in the corner, she hit her head in the turnbuckle, and then AJ put her back into submission. She tapped out, and AJ Lee is the new Divas champion, while Kaitlyn is just broken and just feeling stupid about herself. All her friends came out and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, see, why don't they do stuff like that with the Divas anymore? And I'm glad they started doing it now because of Kaitlyn and AJ Lee having their central feud, and I think that's pretty fucking awesome. So, I thought the storytelling, like Joe felt, was very well done. The match itself, it was a good match, actually. I thought it was pretty solid for a Divas match, and the story behind it made it even better. And AJ Lee being Divas champion, for now, makes sense, because, again, the villain has to win sometime. And I do think eventually Kaitlyn would get it back. So, Preston, how'd you feel about it?
You know, it's shocking to me that this match is only 9 minutes long. It felt like this match went, like, 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Like, it felt really long, which I'm glad, because, you know, I'm like, hey, Divas match with time. All right, you know. So...
Imagine that!
Yeah, I know, it's like, holy shit! For the match, you know, here's my thing. I wish they would have done it last month. Why I say this, they could have put a stipulation on it and made it maybe even better than what it was. Maybe made it Last Woman Standing Part 2 or something. I don't know. It was a damn good match for a women's match, and, you know, I've seen a lot of people praise it as, like, one of the best matches on the card, which is, like, I agree with you. Kaitlyn losing, I'm like, damn it. I'm not an AJ fan, I know. Oh my god, here you come with your fucking pitchforks. But I'm not an AJ fan. I hate to break it to you. Like, I'm not saying she's not a good wrestler or anything, but, like, her character is just, you know, I don't give a shit. How does that sound?
Let me tell you what Joe said about AJ Lee, because the last time he saw AJ Lee, she was still the babyface psycho character. And the question he asked me was, why is she so bitchy now? Why is she manipulative like this for? I'm just like, well, because she's a bad guy. That's why.
That sounds like some comic book, like, Saturday morning cartoon bullshit. Oh, she's the bad guy. Hate her.
But he sees the holes in the logic like we do. He's like, how did she get from this character to that character? I would say it wasn't explained. She's just a bad guy, dude. But I do think she played her role pretty well in this match, and for the feud, it made sense. AJ Lee is Divas champion. I'm fine with it. I'm pretty sure Kaitlyn's going to get it back. And the story being told with her from the Secret Admirer thing from Raw going into this show and going forward, I think it's going to be very good. This is going to be a very good... Go ahead.
And you know what? Her losing the title is going to add more to the storyline, which I'm like, you know what? If that's the case, fuck yeah, bring it on, because I'm ready for more. You know, I'm ready to see if at, you know, Money in the Bank or even SummerSlam, they get, like, a big... Another match with, like, a stipulation on it, like, you know... Do, like, you know... I would love to see him do, like, a Falls Count Anywhere match like Melina and Mickie James did on Raw, like, fucking eons ago. Like, do something like that. Like, fuck it. Why not? Why does it always have to be the John Cena show or whatever the fuck? Why can't it be, you know, the Kaitlyn and AJ show for a night or something? Like, fuck. Give these women some damn credit, for fuck's sake.
Seriously.
So, yeah.
But, we gave it 3 stars.
I'll give it 3. I think 3 is a good rating. Oh, what would you give Triple Threat? I didn't even give Triple Threat a rating.
Yeah, we sure did. That was also a 3.
3? Yeah, both 3. Yep.
So, solid start to the pay-per-view so far. You know what I'm saying? And then we get the United States Championship match. Kane versus Dean Ambrose. And guys, I go back to what I said in my preview. When Kane was the monster, and Dean Ambrose was like that Jon Moxley Joker character that made him awesome. If those two characters would have a match, this would be awesome. But no, and this is what Joe actually said too, because he questioned me about Kane. Because he's like, when I remember Kane, he was the monster. He was the psychotic, destructive, fire-loving, just loving to kill people, badass. And to see where he is right now with this human-like mask guy taking on Dean Ambrose, who's just a guy in a suit. This is what he said, by the way. It's a guy in a black suit taking on a guy in a mask. That makes me sad when he said that, because it's like...
Right, because I'm like, do you not know the genius of fucking Dean Ambrose? Like,
but
dude, you don't
know. Because he's right. Because a casual viewer who doesn't really watch the show all that much is going to think that exact same view, which sucks.
Right.
It really does.
Yeah, it does.
And this match didn't help either, because the match wasn't all that good.
Yeah.
Dean Ambrose and Kane tried. They did.
They stunk the joint out. Honestly, this is the worst match on the card. Like, I would give this probably the exist rating. Like,
2 stars. Yeah.
My stream fucking cut out, and to be quite honest, I'm kind of glad it did, because it's like, when people are like, it edited a count out, I'm just like, fuck that. I didn't give a shit. Just Dean Ambrose wins. It could have been way better, but it was not.
It should have been way better, but the guys aren't clicking. I don't think Dean Ambrose and Kane haven't built the necessary characters to make it work between them yet. So it's just like, hey, we're just gonna go out there and just bumblefuck around and make it work. And it didn't work. So Dean Ambrose is still U.S. champion. Yay. Let's hope he gets someone else to be with. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
All right. Your favorite part of the show.
Oh, God.
It was announced that Money in the Bank this year, we're going to get the return of none other than the whole effing show, Rob Van Dam. Now, Preston, I have to ask you this, and this is not against all the wrestling fans, but some. Why is it that there are some wrestling fans out there who bitch and moan about WWE not showcasing new faces? They do. But when we get an old face, like Rob Van Dam, oh my God, RVD! Rob Van Dam! Rob Van Dam!
People go fucking ape shit. And I'm just sitting here like, fuck you! Sorry. This shit pisses me off. I hate it. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck. Fuck Rob Van Dam. If this is, and this is what I said to Alyx before we started recording this. If he is coming back to finish his career, fine.
Right.
But I am so sick and tired of these fucking has-been motherfuckers from the early 2000s and the 90s still being like, oh my God, they're coming back, yeah, fucking go ape shit, Rob Van Dam.
I mean, here's my thing. I took this to Preston too, and me and Joel said this. If he's coming back to have a one-off match and a Money in the Bank match just to make it awesome, I am perfectly fine with that.
Sweet. But
yeah.
I mean, he's coming back for like a big run. Just no. Please, God, no. Like, did you people not see him in TNA? Like, it was nothing stellar, trust me. Like, I'm not excited for this at all, if you can't tell. Just,
and I'm fine with it, like I said, guys, as long as it's a one-off match. If that's it.
It's not gonna be. I guarantee you it's not gonna be a one-off. It's gonna be a fucking run, and I'm gonna hate the fuck out of it.
We'll have to see how that works out, because I've seen RBC wrestle in TNA. He's nothing like how he used to be. No, he isn't. Dude. Moving on to the next match, the world title match between Alberto Del Rio and Dolph Ziggler. I have to ask you this, Preston. A lot of people are going around saying this match was a double turn, as in Del Rio being a heel, and then Ziggler being the baby face. Do you think that happened? Do you think that is actually the intention of this match? I mean, give me your thoughts on that.
Like, if they're talking about the crowd, then yeah. But if they're talking about the match itself, no. Like, I didn't see it in the match. Like,
so you don't think it was a permanent switch, like a double turn?
Because Dario came out and cut a face promo.
But they kind of received it as a heel promo.
He came out and sucked the fans' ass, basically.
Yeah, and they actually kind of took it as, you're being presumptuous, you're just...
Well, yeah, whatever the fuck, but, you know, it was a shitty promo, by the way. But, and yes, so we'll get into stuff here in a minute, but just Del Rio and Ziggler, you know, the match was good. Like, I really was kind of like half paying attention to it because it was kind of boring me in parts. The ending, kind of like 5 minutes, was really good, but like it was just kind of like one of those matches where it was like, it was just there. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, me and Joe thought it was very good because we and you were just sitting here going, all right, the match is going, like the first 5 minutes was just like, okay, it's just a regular match.
Like I said, like the last 5 minutes was really good. Like I really
it's when Ziggler started playing with the concussion. That's when it really started getting good.
Yeah. Like right when that started happening, I was getting into it a little bit more. So yeah, from then on it was really good. But
and then Dario was attacking his head and stuff like that. I'm thinking, well, first off, that's smart because he had concussion, so why not go after his concussion? And then fans started to really hate Dario for doing that because they really got behind Ziggler. And then next thing you know, fans are really getting mad at Dario. They just like, fuck you, Del Rio. Don't kick Ziggler's ass. And then Ziggler was making comebacks. Everybody got happy for it. He hit the zigzag, but couldn't pin him. And then Del Rio hit with a vicious kick against the head. And he was smiling while doing it, too. He was smiling at the fans and stuff. The way it came across was like,
right,
wow.
The way you see it, it looks like, you're an evil son of a bitch. Like, what the fuck?
And I love that, though. That's pretty cool. And then Del Rio beats Dolph Ziggler, which, again, I don't like. I thought that was pretty BS. But no, I thought it was BS in a way that was like, oh, damn it, man. He just got back from a concussion and he loses the championship. But the more I think about it, I was emotionally invested into the match because of that. Ziggler just got back. I want this guy to come back and really kick ass. And he was really fighting Dario. And props to Dolph Ziggler for selling that concussion like a fucking pro. AJ Lee was screaming like, no, don't kick him in the head, don't kick him in the head. And when he took these bumps, it looked like he actually died. And, you know, props to him for that because I literally felt like I was watching an actual wrestling match, dude. And that he literally lost. And then I just woke up and got, hey, it's scripted. That's right. And that's why me and Joel gave it 4 stars. Because it's like, if you can make us forget
that it's wrestling,
that it's scripted, and that it's actually happening, it's a really good match.
Now that you put it that way, like, I can completely see where you're coming from. So, like, you know, I would agree with you. The ending, though, like, sucked all the life out of it. Like,
because a lot of people were pissed off, and that's another reason to actually add on to the 4-star rating, because if a match can actually get you emotionally invested enough to feel mad, it's actually doing its job. So, and people are here talking about it was Austin versus Bret Hart Part 2, where they double turn. And you know what? I'm with you where it's like, I don't think it really was supposed to be a double turn, but based off of the reaction that it's getting, Preston, I think it could eventually be a double turn.
Right.
Depending on what they do tomorrow night on Raw, because if they went and turned them...
Raw, they could completely fuck it up. So,
Yeah, because me personally, I think at this point, just go ahead and just follow with the double turn. Might as well. Dario right now, I like him as a face, trust me, I really, really do, dude, but I don't know what happened. It feels like they don't want to book him seriously as a legitimate babyface.
He feels like a cartoon character.
Yes, he's smiling. But what I liked about his promo, because this is how Joel saw it. Joel saw it like this. He said Dario came off presumptuous, came off arrogant, came off like, hey, one of those politicians, you know, hey, I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for the people. Worship me. I'm your world champion. I'm going to defend the people. And it's just like, fuck you. We don't want you as our world champion. He's like that heel character that's pretending to be a babyface. Like wolf in sheep clothing, something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? That could actually work. That's a great character for Dario, the more I think about it. And they should do that if he ever goes heel. But for the match itself, we're going to give it 4 stars. I mean, what are you going to give it, Preston?
I'll give it what you guys gave it because you know, explained it to me more. So, yeah. Right.
Now, the match of the night, as everybody predicted it would be, CM Punk versus Chris Jericho. CM Punk returns with a new Wolverine-looking kind of look. It looks pretty cool. Match was great. The crowd wore themselves out over this match. They booed Chris Jericho. I didn't think they was going to boo him, but they actually did boo Chris Jericho. And Chris Jericho, being the pro that he is, went along with it. He healed up. He was actually pretty frustrated. Well, no. He didn't get frustrated at first. He actually loved the boos. He dwelled on it. And then he got frustrated throughout the match. He was telling CM Punk to stay down, to not get up. And I'm like, thank you for playing into the boos. They don't like you, so be the heel character. Be frustrated. Don't be John Cena and be all like, it doesn't affect me. They love me. It's fucking stupid. So, first off, CM Punk countering the Walls of Jericho into the Anaconda of Ice, that spot was awesome. And then how CM Punk beat Chris Jericho was pretty fucking awesome too. Because the go to sleep, hit with it once, kicked out, and then they were saying one more time. You know what CM Punk did? He looked at the eyes, he went, yeah, you know what? Yeah, one more time. Let's do that. I'm like, it made the audience feel like it was part of the match. Thank you for doing that. Chris Jericho got distracted by Paul Heyman, and then CM Punk got distracted too. And we're like, uh-oh, what's that going to lead to? Uh-oh. It didn't lead to anything, of course, but first I was thinking, you know what? If Chris Jericho was to turn on CM Punk here, that would make this match all the more awesome. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But didn't happen. CM Punk hit Chris Jericho with 2 go-to-sleeps, which I thought was pretty well done, and beat him 1, 2, 3, and he came off like the freaking badass that he is, beating Chris Jericho. And we gave it 4 stars. I thought, obviously, it was very well done. It was a good match. I would recommend it to anybody. It has to lead to something. Come on, you can't just have him beat Chris Jericho and let that be the end of it. Chris Jericho has to come out tomorrow night on Raw and go, you didn't beat me. He gets frustrated. And maybe even a heel turn for Chris Jericho. Join Paul Heyman. Heyman turns on CM Punk. And we go into CM Punk versus the Paul Heyman guys. I would love it. Cause
oh
Chris
my
Jericho,
god, if that fucking happens, like, that would be fucking badass. I want to see that happen. Like, it won't happen. But I want to see it happen.
But Preston, how'd you feel about the match, bro?
I liked it, but I wasn't, like, really, like, huge on it. Like, the last, like, 5 minutes was, like, fucking awesome. Like, when they started hitting finishers, like, where, you know, they were going from, you know, GTS to walls, like, that last fucking 10 minutes was, like, fucking awesome.
So pretty much from the Anaconda Vice and the Walls of Jericho exchange.
Was just, it's stellar. My thing, and like the only problem I really have with it, is there wasn't a whole lot to chew on in terms of like investment. Like, yes, it's Chris Jericho and CM Punk, but the match was just like, I'm the best in the world kind of shit that we did like a year ago, and I'm just like, yeah. Like, it was just kind of like one of those rehash kind of storylines. I'm just like, okay, this is how we're bringing Punk back just because it's in Chicago. Like, I think it's a shitty way to bring Punk back. That's just my opinion. I mean, like I said, the match was great, but, like, what was there in terms of a story or anything, like, really of a substance? Like, not much, if any.
Right.
So, like, in that aspect, like, I was just kind of like,
now, can it lead to a story? Maybe.
Yes, you can. But, you know, like I said, the match in terms of a wrestling match was great, but in terms of, like, a story and, like, a match that had, like, everything, it wasn't even close, in my opinion. So, that's just me.
Fair rating for me. But the next match here is a tag team championship match. Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton taking on The Shield, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. Solid match. I mean, you've seen all the great matches these two have had, so...
Right.
It gets to a point where it was just like, of course they're going to have a good match. Now, what made this match interesting is the ending where, you know, Daniel Bryan accidentally hit Randy Orton with the dive to the outside, was going to hit Daniel Bryan, and then he just shoved Daniel Bryan in the way of Roman Reigns and then gave away the victory to the other team, and it was just like, okay, that has to lead to something, because Randy Orton just walked off like, yep, I did it. I don't give a crap. That's right. And Daniel Bryan was just sitting there going, what the fuck, dude? Okay, I hit you, but, you know, it's just like, it was by accident. So, I'm sitting here going, are they really going to actually do this feud between Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton? Because if they do that, they have to almost turn Randy Orton heel. And if that's where they're going to use Daniel Bryan to turn Randy Orton heel, I will look forward to that big time. You know what I'm saying, Preston?
Yes.
So, Shield winning, okay. Like we said with CM Punk and Chris Jericho, it leads to something. I'm fine with it. I mean, how do you feel about it, man?
Really, the match was just like everything else that I've seen that they've done on Raw. Like the super butterfly suplex from hell, I was like, awesome. But like, I'll say this though, Daniel Bryan has really like turned up like the fucking intensity, like when he wrestles now. Like when he got that fucking tag, like he came in and killed everybody. You know, when I say killed everybody, like he was kicking people in the face, like. How do you have a face left after that? Like, it was just like, damn, dude. So, like, Daniel Bryan, like, man, ever since this shit with Kane and I'm the weak link, it's like, no, I'm not, motherfucker. I'm not coming in. I'm going to destroy you. I'm like, I like this.
Yeah, it's making his character a lot more likable. He's become that pathetic underdog babyface where people just want to see him win. And that's what we need, man. We need that actual underdog and not this fake underdog they're making out of John Cena, which is ridiculous.
Fake. Yes.
Because Daniel Bryan, you can do that with him. Because he doesn't always win. Alright? So, fans actually want to see him kick ass and beat people. And when he does beat people, it's crazy. Alright? That's the type of babyface character we need in WWE right now. So please, don't turn him heel. Please don't do that. You know what I'm saying, Preston?
Yes.
Any other thoughts before we get into the main event?
Not really.
You ready to talk about this? Oh, God.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, so I'm going to give Joel's perspective and my perspective, too. We both thought this was not a very good main event. We actually felt like CM Punk and Chris Jericho should have closed off the show. We felt the tables match was the best match out of all the three.
Really?
Yeah, it didn't feel like so scripted with the third match, with the tables match, actually. That was the second match. But the Lumberjack match was like, okay.
It was awful. I'm sorry. Other than the spot with Cena, it was like the shits.
I mean, that was supposed to be his big moment, which was like, really? So John Cena can jump on top of people? Is that his legendary moment now?
I've seen, Ray do that 40 million times. Like, it's nothing I haven't seen before and done way better. It was just like, oh, John Cena, he can fly off the top rope. Suck it, haters. Like, fuck you, I don't give a shit. I've seen people do it before. Like, and JBL, again, we said it before. He's the new Man of Steel. Oh, shut up.
Let's not talk about that. We already answered on the commentary team.
God damn.
I'm sorry. Ryback beats John Cena clean. 1, 2, 3. That's the only time he's gonna beat him clean. Well, sort of clean, because he had help. Yeah, whatever. Tables match, John Cena beats him in tables match. They get on top of the ambulance. And by the way, they destroy the ambulance. That was pretty cool, stuff like that. But they get on top of the ambulance, and when John Cena goes for the FU or the attitude adjustment, whatever you want to call it, the ambulance just so happens to conveniently break, and Ryback just so happens to fall in like it was destined to happen. And of course, commentary is going to make it feel like, oh, look at that! He went through the ambulance! What a maneuver! And Joe went
bring it back to Vince McMahon shit.
No. Yeah. But Joe went to this great explanation. He's like, you know what would be awesome? If John Cena was to break the top. Like, actually get like a hammer or something and actually rip into the top of the ambulance. And like, well, yeah, that'd be more realistic. And then I understand it actually happening. But no, it just happened. Like, okay.
Well, you know what? If it did that, then you would have something to play off of. Like, you're trying to put the other guy in it. You know what I'm saying? Not just, oh, he did a move. Oh, he went through it. Oh, the match is over. Like.
No, but it just happened. It's just like,
right.
That's just bullshit.
Just happened.
And because of that, the ratings gonna say it all. This match just happened. It's nothing good. It's nothing terrible, but it's a 2-star match. It's a 2-star main event, and good God, I really wish CM Punk and Chris Jericho did the show. But Preston, how you feel about it?
The fucking lumberjack match was what I expected. The shits. Tables match was really. Here's the thing with the tables match. I like the stuff where Ryback was like trying to fucking like impale Cena with the stairs. Like,
yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. But other than that, like, Cena fucking Supermaned him through the table, and I'm just like, whatever. And then, Ryback did the cool powerbomb spot through the announce table. I'm like, alright. And then they just kind of like go to the ambulance. I'm like, okay, I guess you're going there now. And funny part about this match is Ryback did the thing with the window. I immediately thought of Goldberg when he fucking put his fist in the window. If anybody remembers that from WCW, and then he, fucks everything up with the storyline and stuff. Which I'm like, oh fuck, Ryback's pulling a Goldberg with the window. I'm sorry, Goldberg references. You fucked it. You done it to yourself, Ryback.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It gives another reason for fans to chant "Go right at him" now. Like, good job.
Great job. It was better than I expected. Like, it could have been complete shit.
Okay, so it sounds like you're giving it a 3-star then. That's what it sounds like.
I don't know about 3. I'm not even that high yet. Like, I'm not gonna say it existed, but it's not a 3. Like, it's in the middle. So, John Cena wins. Like, I don't give a flying fuck. Ryback's character, bye-bye. Like, Ryback, you know what? He has been royally fucked within 6 months.
Guys, think about it this way. Ever since Ryback has been on the pay-per-view, he has yet to win one main event pay-per-view match.
Fuck it, he's yet to win a match. What are you talking about? He hasn't won a match on pay-per-view.
He hasn't won a match on pay-per-view, period. You're right. And also, the WWE Championship opportunities he's gotten, not won one. And he's supposed to be a monster? Yeah, even Joe was just like, they hype him as a monster, but they're not doing anything with him to make me believe he's a monster, other than hyping him up as one. And it's not working. But, Preston, thank you for being here to review the show with me. Do you agree that this should be a 3-star show?
Yeah, I think 3, we're not doing the 7.5, whatever we're going 3 out of 5, yeah, 3 out of 5 is as high as I think you can go with it. Is it better than Extreme Rules? Yes. Is it better than WrestleMania? Yes. Is it better than Chamber? Yeah. Is it better than Rumble? Yeah. Like, it's more of a solid show. Like, you can sit down and watch it and you, like, I don't know, you don't feel like you're fucking sitting through pure shit the whole time, basically. So, again, there's a couple matches on it that are just like, I could do without, but, like, it's got a lot of solid wrestling and stuff, so I don't know. Raw tomorrow, we'll see, and Money in the Bank, yeah, I don't know, Rob Van Dam and Money in the Bank, I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know, but we'll see where we go from here. I want the Wyatt family to come on Raw, for the love of God, please. Please, can I get some interesting television for once, for the love of God? So, yeah.
Alright, guys, so thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow night for my review. Thank you, Preston, for being here. Your boy, the X-Man, and Preston signing off. Check out Wrestling Paradise and everything down below in the description box. We're out. Peace.
Peace.